Hey guys, EBPMAN here, and today we're taking a look at smart home technology. Specifically, we're looking at a smart deadbolt brought to us by ultraloq. Let's check it out. So if you're curious about smart home technology, you're going to want to watch this video because today we're going to look at the ultraloq smart deadbolt solution. This is going to give you a wealth of access to your home. First of all, if you'd like to use your finger just to open up the door, you'll be able to do that. If you'd like to be able to use a keypad command to get in, you can do that too. If you'd like to still use your keys, you can use that too. And matter of fact, if you'd like the door to unlock automatically as soon as you walk up to it because you have your phone on you, it's going to do that too. So make sure that you watch this video because it covers all those features and many more. So let's get right to the unboxing and learn more about the ultraloq smart deadbolt.
Make sure you hit the subscribe button and tap the little bell icon to get notified when new videos become available.
Now, just to be transparent, I did receive the ultraloq smart deadbolt Pro from UTech for review on the channel, but this does not influence my review. It remains unbiased, and this comes from a guy that's been using smart technology around his home since smart became available to consumers. So let's get right to it. We'll check out some of the features that we did not discuss in the intro and see why you'd consider this product. Now, as we take a look at some of the features of the U-Bolt Pro, it will work with the cellular phone. It will work with a fingerprint. It does have a code and it has a key, as we talked about, as a backup. In addition to that, it does work with your smart phone, and it has several features that are going to make it delightful for you to be able to access or manage access to your home. It has managed users. You can share a key or assign a specific key code to someone for a specific period of time. So let's say, for example, you have someone who's house sitting. You can log and record who comes in and comes out of your house. You also have auto lock and auto unlock features, which is pretty neat. I love the auto lock feature. This is something that I use in my home because my kids tend to forget to lock the door. So as soon as the door gets closed, within a couple seconds that you define, the door is going to lock. It's a really simple implementation or install. You can see here, illustrated here, the kind of door that you're going to be working with. We're going to see what this looks like installed, and then we'll go through all the features. Now, I will include a link to the installation process. In this video, we won't go through the full installation process because this is as simple as changing any lock out. We're really going to focus on all the features and why you'd want to have the convenience of a solution like this. And remember, we did mention that this will work with either an Alexa or a Google Home device, and that means that you're going to be able to lock and unlock your door with your voice. It also means that if you have your phone with you and you need to let someone in your home, you could push a button on your phone and just open up the door without having to be present. So a lot of great features. So let's check out what's in the box. Now, as we do the unboxing, one more thing I wanted to highlight. You'll notice that it has this anti-peep numeric keypad with backlight. Many times as you're putting your code into a door or any code, you see this in the movies where they're watching what the code is. You may be concerned that someone can either take a picture, can record you keying in the command, and with this solution, you do have the ability using this anti-peep feature to keep your password and login secure. Now keep in mind, for me, the most secure form is using your fingerprint. But if you like a keypad, I'm going to show you how that works too. So as we open up the box, you'll see a couple things that we see here. An instruction guide with a template so that you can, if needed, you can drill your door for this deadbolt. You have this is the module that you'll be using to connect it to your Wi-Fi in your home so that you can control it through your phone. You have the lock assembly here, right? This is a pretty standard lock assembly, and we'll see this in a second, but this is where your batteries are going to be. You have, again, this is a mounting bracket that we'll use as well. Let me go over to the side. We have some batteries. We have kind of like, this is I would call it probably the brain of the system. Actually, this is the keypad of the system. I'm sure the brain's over here. And this is what it would look like. All right, so we'll put this over to the side here. You have some keys, some screws, everything that you need to mount. Again, this is the mechanism that you'll use on your door. Here's your deadbolt. Put that to the side. And you also have some additional hardware. So we're going to put this right here. And you have a screwdriver for install. So it looks like you have everything that you need in order to install your smart lock. There's nothing else left in the box. So pretty simple packaging. Also pretty robust offering when you look at everything that's included. So again, if you look at everything that you have here, this is what it takes to install the Deadbolt. These are all of the components. The manual with all these little bits and pieces will get you going. So let's go ahead and install it, and then we'll see how the features work. Now, installing the lock is going to be just a couple minutes, 10 minutes at most, especially if you have an existing deadbolt and all you're doing is replacing it. If you're going to have to drill, it's going to take a little bit longer. But it took me about 10 minutes just to put it together. And as you look at this right here, this is what the inside lock would look like. And pretty much it looks like a standard lock, except the box is a little bit bigger. And you see this LED that's lighting up. And it's lighting up because this actually has some batteries here. And these batteries are going to last a very long time as you're locking and unlocking the door. You also notice that the lock also supports auto lock. So I have it set up for 30 seconds, but you can modify that. On the other side of the lock, and as we take a look at that in a couple seconds, what you'll find is that you have kind of like the technology look. Now you have all these numbers that are going all the way around, and then to unlock it, watch how fast this is. It just takes, a second. So I'm going to go ahead and lock the door again, and I'm going to go ahead and just do it. Watch this, 1/1000. All you do is tap it, and it's going to unlock. So the unlock mechanism is really fast. If you try a finger that is not supposed to be the one that's used for unlocking, it's going to reject it. If I put the right finger in, it's going to open it up. Now, there are a lot of features in the application that I'm going to show you in a second that it'll give you a lot of flexibility even for guest users. If you have people that come and service your home, if you have people, let's say, that clean your home as well, you can actually create passwords just for them and even create temporary passwords. You do have the ability to key in the numbers if you'd like, and when you key in the numbers, those numbers you can, it has like an anti-peep feature, which means that if your password is 1234, you can actually type in some randomness around and then tap 1234, and it's going to know that 1234 is the unlock code. So you can type in extra characters. My preference is to actually use my finger. So next, let's go ahead and take a look at the app. Now, from an app perspective, you can actually use your phone to unlock your lock, and you can do it in two ways. One, based on proximity, so as you get closer with your phone, you can unlock it, or you can open up the app and then you can just press the button and it's going to open up for you. So you have the ability to open and lock, which is pretty straightforward and doesn't really require a lot of learning or any kind of learning curve. Now, you do have also the ability to set up users, and you'll notice here that I have a front door owner. I'm set up as admin. I have Nilda set up as a user, and if I tap that profile, you'll notice here that she also has a fingerprint. She does not have a password yet, and she could also have smartphone access. So I can set up different levels, and I'm going to show you how that looks like in a second. I also have, if we go here, a temporary user. And if I look at the temporary user, I can see that there's no fingerprint sensor set up yet. There is a password, and if I choose, I could do smartphone setup. But if I go here, I just want to show you this. I can show you that I established a schedule. So this user will have access starting 5:18 all the way up to 5:30. I can have a schedule if I wanted to, and then I could set up time limits as well. Also times used. So here, for example, I have it set up to 2. So this means that this person can only use the password twice in the system. They cannot use it more than twice, right? Once they use the access code twice, it doesn't work anymore, which is pretty cool, especially if you have some servicing or let's say you have someone who's house sitting and you just give them a temporary password. You can also set up, as you can see on the scheduled side, you can set days and the times that they can have access. So from a temporary perspective, I think that's a pretty cool feature to have where you don't have to give someone a key or the code. Now, another neat feature is that the app does have a audit log, and the log is showing every activity. So you notice here, this is what we've just been recording right now. Locking, unlocking, if it was done via the app, if it was done via the finger, so you can see fingerprint and who did it. You also see that it was manually locked. And that was because I actually used the latch itself. And then again, any kind of failures, if there were any failures, it registers them all. So this is keeping a really nice log, again, of all the activity that takes place. Now, if we take a look at settings for a second, a couple things that you're going to see here. In addition to serial number and battery level, you can set smart notifications, right? So you can create a smart notification, and that smart notification is going to give you the ability to say, hey, when the door is locked or unlocked by a specific user, I want to know. When the door is locked or unlocked manually, I want to know. When the door is auto-locked, I want to know. So you can set all these different conditions to be notified when something like that takes place. Now, the app also has the ability to do a auto lock. And the auto lock is going to be time based. So here you can basically say turn it on, and you can say how many seconds, and you can extend it. I think 30 seconds is enough to get through the door, and then once you close the door locks automatically. I really like that feature. You also have auto unlock, and the auto unlock is going to allow, when you have your phone with you, and it's used as the key, right? As soon as you walk close to the door and you go into this surrounding area, the door is going to unlock for you automatically. So that's another nice feature that you can use. You do have firmware that you can look at, and this has the latest firmware. So it's firmware upgradable, and it's going to use your phone to do that. And then you have some advanced settings here. And let's look at some of the advanced. In the advanced setting, what you can do is you can delete and reset the actual lock. So for whatever reason you want to reset it and start from scratch, you can do that really easily. And then what you can use is the pairing bridge. And as I look at the pairing bridge, what this is going to allow me to do is really connect to my Google Assistant. So what we're going to do is we're going to test the Google Assistant out so you can see how I can lock or unlock the door with using my voice. But I'll make sure to bleep out the actual voice command so that it doesn't activate your Google. So, again, really nice features when you need to do that. So let's go ahead and try doing the hey command and doing the unlock. Now, next we're going to use the Google Assistant to unlock the door. And remember, this is going to also work for Alexa. So we'll go ahead and try it. Hey, unlock the front door. Works. Let's go try locking it now. Hey, lock the front door. All right, works like a charm. Now, before we wrap up the video, there's two other things I just wanted to highlight. First of all, that if you open up the actual keypad, you actually have access to a standard, what I would call analog key access. So you can open and close the door using the key that was provided. I'd see you using this in the event that the battery just went out. You also then have here in the bottom, and this is going to be hard to see, but I'll just bring this flap open, a micro USB port that's going to give you the ability, I would guess, to power this up in the event that you need to. But it's very discreet, and it's not something that's going to stand out really easily. The other thing is, looking at the users one more time, you do have the ability to create admin, normal users, and temporary users. So we talked about the temporary user, but then again, you can have different user types. I would imagine that you setting up this for your home would be the admin, and then anyone who lives in the home with you, roommates, if it's somebody that you have, your spouse, your children, would all be the normal users. And then the temporary users would be the temporary users. Now, the cool thing about the temporary user mode is that I think that for, let's say, for example, if you have your apartment, condo, or home on an Airbnb, you can actually set up temporary users and then wouldn't have to give anyone a key ever again. So I think that's a great thing to have as well. So that concludes our review of the ultraloq Smart Deadbolt U-Bolt Pro. If you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comment area. And as always, thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.